Do you want a jawline so sharp that it can be used as a knife on a cutting board? Do you want a jawline so sharp that it cuts the words that people are speaking to you mid-air? Well, in this video, I'll give you a full guide to how to get a sharp and defined jawline. You probably already know about mewing, so I won't be covering it with this video. But mewing is a must to get a jawline, okay? It is the foundation, and I expect all of you to be doing that right now. Saying that here are 6 steps other than mewing, which will help you get a more defined face. Number 1 is to chew hard food. Think about it like this. What did our ancestors, you know, the big tribal warrior guys back then used to eat? They chewed on very hard foods back then because there weren't any processed burgers and McDonald's like there is in the modern day. They used to chew on like berries and meat and just broadly harder stuff. So I recommend that you start chewing something hard to chew on every single day. So hard to chew things are, for example, hard gum. So I know many people online who are more into this mewing thing. They sell their own gum, jawline gum. I've never tried it, but you can chew that, or you can go the natural path, which is what I recommend since I don't have any BS jawline gum to sell you. You can chew raw carrots, just wash them and just chew them. Don't even like peel them or anything, because you need to think like your ancestors did. They didn't have time to peel the stupid carrot. They just ate it raw right then. They probably washed it in like a river or something and they ate it. That's why they have a way more of a defined and like forward growing jawline than us. Take some carrots and wash them and just chew them, because that is a very hard food. Number 2 is to chew properly, and when you chew properly you get hollow cheeks. I learned this from the YouTuber First Man, and I want to ask you this question. Why do you think Asian people, like Chinese, Indian people, have more like puffier faces and more rounder faces than other people, for example? Why do some people have like sharp angular structures to their face and some people are more roundish and more puffy? It's because of the food that they eat. It is true, you literally are what you eat. Asian people eat a lot of stuff like rice and noodles and stuff, and they fill their entire mouth with rice, and that puffs out these muscles right here. They're called the buccinator muscles, and they puff them out with all the rice and spaghetti and noodles that they're eating. And this trains them, this hypertrophies the buccinator muscles, because it is a muscle. And when you use a muscle over and over again, it gets bigger, it gets trained. Like any other muscle which you would train in the gym. Another example to prove this point is to think of a squirrel. What do squirrels do when they find food? For them, food is walnuts, right? And they put all the walnuts that they take, they store it in their mouth, like using these buccinator muscles, and they get like round puffy cheeks. Like they store all the nuts like that, and doing that for so long trains them, and that's why squirrels have so big buccinator muscles compared to other animals. So the to-do for this step is to just take smaller bites from now on. Whatever food you're eating, just take smaller bits of it and try not to push them out to your muscles, to the sides of your mouth, and use these muscles. You can think of it like the royal family, because you've seen, right, the stereotypical royal family. They eat their luxurious dinner like this. They take very small bites, and I think it is just my perspicacity, but I think that they have been told to not take that large bites because that trains your buccinator muscles and that will puff up your face. So imitate the royal family, take smaller bites, take more time with your food, and yeah, that will get you a more defined face. Number 3, posture check. This is you right now, bro. This is literally you. Fix up your posture, bro. You need to be mindful of this all the time. You need to be conscious of your posture. Some things that I do to make sure that my posture is always on point and it's not slouching or stuff and it just happens naturally, is to do certain exercises in the gym which train these like posture muscles, which will straighten up your posture naturally, and you won't even have to think about having a straight back all the time, and it will just happen naturally. These muscles are underdeveloped because of the stuff that we do in the modern day. First exercise is called face pulls. I do face pulls at the end of every single workout. It's such a good exercise. It trains your rear delts, which are the rear shoulders, which is this muscle right here, and it trains it to be back. When you have underdeveloped rear delts, these stop working, and that's why your shoulders go forward. If you have good, actually functioning rear delts and strong rear delts, then your rear delts will continuously be working in the background, and broadly that will lead to a much greater posture, and your shoulders will be more back naturally. And there are a couple more exercises that I do for posture, and one of them is called scapular retractions. This is for the low and mid traps. They're also very underdeveloped in us, so I recommend you add scapular retractions to your pull day and make sure you do high sets, high reps with low weight. This is not an exercise where you ego lift. This is for your posture and for the betterment of your health. Betterment, is that even a word? and for the improvement of your health. Finally, another exercise to improve your posture is to do the dead hang. So on the pull-up bar, just hang every day for 30 seconds. This decompresses your spine. It makes you taller. If you watch my Heightmaxxing guide, link in the description. And it is good for posture. Number 4 is to do neck exercises. So do exercises that train this thing right here, the neck. This is actually a muscle, the neck muscle, and you can train this. If you have underdeveloped neck muscles, then your neck will naturally be more forward, as we're sitting down in front of a laptop every single day, and our heads just naturally go like that because our posture is bad, so our neck has to like justify for it. And in just order to have a like nice strong neck, you have to do neck exercises. The 2 best are neck curls and neck extensions. You superset them so it's done faster, you save your time, and you do 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. It is an aesthetic muscle, which means that it will improve your attractiveness if you're into that. People can have a lot of muscle, right? They can be jacked, but if you have a skinny neck, then it just ruins the entire physique because it's just out of proportion. So I highly recommend that you do train your neck and do these neck curls and neck extensions 3 to 4 times every single week. Okay, number 5 is to make sure that you're nose breathing all the time, and even when you're sleeping. If you're the type of person who has a stuffy nose all the time, it's because you don't use your nose to breathe. It's because you use your mouth to breathe all the time, which makes it so that your nose doesn't get used and so it gets stuffy. If you have a stuffy nose, then see nose breathing as kind of like a skill, which the more you nose breathe, the less stuffy your nose is going to get and the easier it's going to be to breathe through your nose. Like, I don't know how people can naturally breathe through their mouths. Like, for me, it's just an unnatural thing. And that's the position you want to get to. Your nose also humidifies the air that goes into your lungs, which is also much healthier, and it will lead to much more concentration, focus, and much more endurance. This is also probably the reason why you snore at night, and if you want to fix it, start nose breathing. And this is a part of mewing, right? When you're mewing, you're told not to breathe through your mouth and to keep your tongue on your roof, and that leads to nose breathing. But during the night, you don't mew, right? You're asleep, like you don't have any consciousness. And I've seen videos online of people recommending you to tape your mouth at night and sleep with your mouth taped shut. I think that works. I mean, the research definitely shows it. It's not dangerous or anything like that because the tape easily comes off. You can easily just open your mouth and it comes off. But it just gives you that extra bit of friction to open your mouth, which ensures that it stays closed when you're sleeping. So if you're really serious about this jawline thing, then I recommend that you look into one of these tapes that you can put on your mouth every single night. Because every night time is like 8 hours, and that's 8 hours more that you could have been nose breathing and could have been working towards a more defined face. I don't do it, but if that's like your main purpose, to get a more defined face, then yeah, sure, go for it. The research is definitely there. Alrighty, the 6th and last step to get a sharper jawline without mewing is to increase your testosterone. When you increase your testosterone, you build a more warrior skull. You build a skull and a jawline that is more forward driven and is more, let's say, high testosterone looking. If you want to increase your testosterone and build aesthetic body, then you need to start going to the gym and build for aesthetics. If you're already going to the gym, then that's fucking perfect, and you will get a warrior skull. Additionally, if you're looking to build superior health, then I highly recommend you learn about the holy zero API diet. It is the best diet. It is so simplified out of such complex topics. It is brought down into 5 pillars, and I highly recommend that you watch it, implement it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you there. Bye bye.